Hey guys, what is up? Bob here. I've got a match, and it's the match I had against Gargleflop. It's gonna be from my point of view because I like doing narrations and stuff, and this was like uber intense and it was fun. So yeah, he challenged me the other day, and I was so psyched to see that. Looking at his team, he brought T-Tar and Zapdos and Melodic, and I don't like any of those. Although Cap likes Zapdos, but he's a weirdo. Don't tell him I said that though. But yeah, those are going to be the problem pokes. Dugtrio might be, depending on, like, what he comes in on. But, yeah, like, that's what I'm thinking right off the bat. Realistically speaking, at the end of the match, I mean, you've probably already seen this match on his channel, but, the Zapdos was the only real problem. Anyway, first turn, he goes to Chino, I go Infernape. I'm gonna switch out because I need Ferrothorn to eat that hit and kill it with Iron Barbs. Not really kill it, but it does. After Iron Barbs and Life Orb, it actually ends up losing about 3/4 of its health, which I'm pretty psyched about. I was thinking of going for Rocks here, or maybe Spikes. Probably Rocks. But I decided to go Power Whip because that hits a lot of stuff on his team. And I figured he might bring in Claydol. But he goes T-Tar, and I do a huge bit of damage with that. And now he's going to go Stealth Rock as I Gyro Ball and finish him off because I did not want that thing hitting me. And it turned out it had like Fire Punch or Fire Blast or something like that. And if he'd gone for that, I would have lost my Pharaoh. So I'm pretty glad he didn't. He wanted Rocks up though because he doesn't know that I have a Rapid Spinner. My Smeargle's Rapid Spin. Anyway, I'm going to go into Latias because Latias can wall this thing pretty well, as long as it doesn't have Hidden Power Ice. And even if it does, if I get a couple of Calm Minds up, then I'm pretty good anyway. So that's what I'm going to go for, because I do have Recover, and I outspeed. But he just roars me out, and I'm pretty sad about it. So now I'm back into Pharaoh, and I'm like, ugh, that's the worst thing you could have roared me into. So maybe Gyarados. But I'm going to set up my Rocks after I DC. I sped this up a lot because it was annoying. There we go. Yep. Random DC. But I managed to rejoin, and I was pretty happy about that. Anyway, I'm going to get my Rocks up as he Heat Waves, and does a lot, but not KO my Pharaoh, because Pharaoh is it's pretty cool. And I'm really glad I went with Leftovers instead of Rocky Helmet, let me tell you. So now I'm going to go right into Jolteon because he showed me that he's not offensive at all. I'm guessing Thunderbolt, he hasn't showed me Thunderbolt yet, but I'm guessing Thunderbolt, Heat Wave, Roar, and Roost. That seems like a pretty good set. So I'm going to guess that's what he's running, and it turns out I'm right. So I'm going to go into Jolteon, hoping that I can sponge a hit. Well, I mean, hoping that I can sponge two. And maybe threaten him out. He doesn't see an item, and that's one of the things. Like I was trying to bluff the specs, and I don't think I did it well. I'm gonna go Volt Switch, and he's gonna stay in and not care, and that's pretty sad for me. I was kind of hoping he would go into Claydol because I could blast that thing, with a what you call it, Expert Belt Shadow Ball, but yeah. Anyway, I do get the crit with the, what you call it, Volt Switch, but it does not matter at all because he just goes Roost. So I'm going to go into my Latias, that way I can get a Recover off. It'll make him roar, and I can, just recover, get my health back. Because his Latias, it functions best if it has all its health. Like a lot of things, but Latias in particular because it's Reflect type. And if you can bring it in on like the last poke or last two pokes, it does really well. Here, I'm actually pretty happy about this. He roars me into my Smeargle, and I need this Zapdos gone. I'm gonna go Final Gambit. I'm not even gonna bother trying to Rapid Spin or anything. I'm going Final Gambit. He ends up switching into Melodic. Kind of sad, but at least Melodic's not gonna be like Rest Talking all over me. So now I can go into Jolteon and go for, I think I go for Shadow Ball. Although I'm getting way ahead of myself, sorry. There we go. Yeah, Jolteon. And now I'm gonna go Shadow Ball because I figured, Claydol might come in, Zapdos might come in. Like, anything could come in and try to kill me. and Shadow Ball hits almost everything neutrally except for Chichino, who I could outspeed and KO with Thunderbolts or whatever. So he goes into Claydol and takes a massive amount of damage from the Shadow Ball, and now I'm going to go Shadow Ball again because there's really no reason not to. And he stays in, which I don't know if I would, although thinking about it, I don't know what else he could have done, but at this point I'm still trying to bluff Specs. You gotta fall for it. But he didn't feel like it. Sorry, showdown narrations are really long, and I'm not used to this. Normally my battles last like 5 minutes. And we're already almost at 7. Or no, wait, we're at 6. Anyway, so now he's gonna go into Dugtrio, and I noticed that he is not Arena Trapped. So I'm all over that. So I'm gonna go right into my Latias and go Reflect type. I kind of wish I hadn't revealed it yet, but it's still pretty nice. Like, you know, just to be able to, especially against Dugtrio, because that thing cannot do anything to a Reflect type Latias. But he goes into Melodic, and so now I'm Water type, which is bad if he brings in Zapdos, and I'm thinking he might, so I'm going to go Dragon Pulse right now because I want to make sure that thing takes Stealth Rocks, Dragon Pulse, and then another Dragon Pulse next turn. Yeah, I really don't want it just like, you know, zapping me. So I'm going to knock out Melodic because he stays in. I guess it wasn't useful to him anymore, or maybe he thought I'd like recover or something. Anyway, now he goes into Chichino, and this is a really weird move. I'm Water type. I guess he was thinking of going for Bullet Seed or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go straight into Pharaoh because I did it last time and it worked. Yeah, I'm pretty glad that I did, because even though I lose my Pharaoh, it was at like no health anyway, and that thing it's dangerous to a lot of my fast frail stuff. So yeah, you know. So anyway, Pharaoh comes in and knocks it out with Iron Barbs, which I'm pretty psyched about. Because, yeah, Pharaoh, even though it wasn't, like, massive presence in this one, it helped. You know, it did work. Now, I've got 4 pokes left, he's got 2. He's still in a better position because none of my stuff, except Latias, can do anything to Zapdos. And, Latias, if it tries to come in, he can just roar me out. So, at this point, I'm like, I've got to sack everything on my team except, and then just go into Latias last so he can't roar me out. So that's essentially what I'm gonna do. I'm sad I never got to surprise him by showing him that I'm Expert Belt instead of like Specs or Scarf or whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sad about that. Anyway, now I'm gonna go into Infernape because again, I can't do anything to this thing and I've got to get rid of everything that can get roared into. So Infernape comes in, goes Fire Blast. It actually does not a lot. I thought it did a lot. The first one does not do a lot. The second one does a lot because it knocks me into Blaze. But again, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Showdown, why are you so slow? Let's see. There we go. I hit him with a Fire Blast. Surprisingly, I hit both of these too. I was pretty psyched about it. Now I'm at like no health, so Blaze is going to be kicking in, and I'm going to hit this thing with a Fire Blast and almost knock it out. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't, because if I had, that would have been sick. But whatever. You know, that's just a testament to how bulky Zapdos is. So he roosts and lives. So now I'm going to go into Gyarados, because that's the last thing I need to fight her off. And Gyarados gets the Intimidate, it doesn't matter. If this thing was physical Zapdos, that would have been cool. But anyway, I'm going to go Waterfall. And here, this, it kind of matters. Let me tell you. I go for Waterfall and it flinches. Now, if it hadn't flinched, she'd have knocked me out. I'd have come in with Latias, set up Calm Minds all over it, and then, like, knocked him out from there. But since I got the flinch, he knocks out, I knock out his Zapdos this turn. He knocks me out with the trio, and then I bring in Latias and win. Like, okay, he didn't already know that. Like, that's the series of events that's going to happen. Those are the two possible outcomes. I would have probably, unless you got like a crit or something, I would have probably won either way. This is just kind of like, that's just, you know, the order of events that happened. So yeah, I figured I'd tell you that. It changed what happened, but it didn't change the outcome. So yeah, that's really the only instance of hacks in this match. Anyway, I'm gonna go Reflect type as I bring in my Latias, because now he can't do anything because I've got Levitate, I Resist Rock, I'm no longer weak to Sucker Punch, and I don't know his fourth move, but I'm probably not weak to it. Unless that'd be kind of cool if he was carrying, like, I don't even know if it gets any ice moves or anything. But whatever. Anyway, now I resist this, and I can just recover up, just so in case he gets like a crit or something with Sucker Punch. And now I can just knock him out with Dragon Pulse. I think it takes 2. Yeah, this thing it needs to set up Calm Minds, but whatever. Latias, Reflect type Latias is really good, especially against the last Pokemon your opponent has. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this match. I really enjoyed playing it. I can say that, because this dude is my favorite YouTuber. Like, he just is. You know, and yeah, I was ecstatic when he asked me to play him. So trying to think, stalling tactics here. Oh yeah, the team. I made this team about half an hour before we played. With Mulder, so I will link his channel in the description. I'll link Gargleflop, or The Second Coming, because he's my opponent and he's my favorite YouTuber and all that stuff. And I'll also link his side of this battle if you haven't seen it already. I highly recommend checking it out, because really everything he narrates it just oozes personality, and yeah, I really like that. So yeah, I guess that'll do. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.